Everybody, welcome back to the family channel.
Hello.
We hope you guys are having a fantastically awesome day so far. Today we are reacting to Here's Why You Never Mess with the Guard of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. That is an absolute mouthful. Kat hasn't seen this video before and it's quite a highly requested video, so I figured today is the day to check it out. I know you're starting to enjoy these sort of videos, so I'm hoping you enjoy this one. Amanda, if you are watching, we will get to your video either tomorrow or Friday. I promise you. It's been manic again this week with the cats and the vet and the people coming in and out of the house that we've just not had the time. And because it's such a long video, we would like to give it the attention it deserves. So I promise you we will get to it either tomorrow or Friday. What we'll do is on Friday maybe get up nice and early and do it for you in the morning before it gets too hectic.
Yes, because like every morning, like we gotta take the cats to
the vet
for the injection, and one has to stay there for a drip.
And then we have to go back and fetch him, and then in the meantime we've got people coming in and out of the house.
Garen's got a hockey.
Yeah. I know it's like not a major problems, but yeah, it's just hectic. So I promise you we will get to it. Anyway, if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's check out Here's Why You Never Mess with the Guard of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. That's so long. Oh, play. Hello.
Remain behind the changing rail! Get behind the rail! Remain behind the changing rail!
The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is guarded round the clock by some of the most elite soldiers in the world, but the lives of this exclusive band of guards have spent centuries shrouded in mystery. Everything from their lifestyles, rules and regulations, all the way to what they are allowed to do to tourists that get...
I love how neat the uniforms are. I know it's a requirement, but it's so good to see, isn't it? The pride in that they have.
Too close. Ready to take a peek behind America's most fearsome soldiers and see why they should never be messed with? Let's get started. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is one of the most guarded places on Earth, with civilians first patrolling the site from 1925 to prevent families from having picnics near the tomb. While the military would take over from 1926, it wasn't until 1937 that a continuous rotating guard schedule was implemented. Since then, the tomb has been continuously guarded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The patrol has never once stopped, not even through the September 11 attacks, Hurricane Isabel, and an earthquake in 1944 that measured 5.9 on the Richter scale. So, where do these unknown soldiers come from? Well, unfortunately, in the theater of war, it isn't always practical or even possible to collect all the fallen bodies of your squad, especially in the heat of the battle. For this reason, it can sometimes be weeks, months, or even years until the remains are discovered. Back then, we didn't have the luxury of DNA profiling or reliable ways to match the list of missing soldiers with the discovered corpses. So for many soldiers, they were buried in graves simply marked unknown. Can they shoot?
Very sad. Actually, when I saw this, when me and Leah, when we went away to see my family, we went to this part of Slovakia. It's called Poloniny. It's a beautiful part of Slovakia. It's right close to the Ukraine. And they're known for that they got specially built churches. They made from just wood and nothing else. They not even have one nail in them. And we went to see one of these churches, and there was a cemetery there. For the people that die through fighting.
Leia was trying to explain
First World War, and a lot of the graves didn't have a name on them. A few of them had the names, and even the what is it called?
The rank.
The rank. But a lot of them didn't have a name on them, and we were saying like it must be horrible, like not knowing,
and it's horrible. Oof.
Sentinels first took up their post.
Leia was trying to explain that to me, but she got it completely wrong.
They were armed with the famous Springfield M1903 bolt-action rifle from World War I. These were soon replaced by the M1 Garand and eventually the M14 rifle. A ceremonial stock remains affixed to the gun. However, most on-duty Sentinels do not have the 20-round magazine attached. So, with the magazine missing, are these rifles just for show? It's rumored that each rifle has has one round chambered just in case. But if worse comes to worse, the tomb sergeant has a fully loaded pistol ready to deploy. Oh, and in case you're wondering, they are fully authorized to shoot anyone who disrespects the sanctity of the unknown soldier's tomb. So, even if you were kind of sure the rifles weren't loaded, you wouldn't want to take your chances.
Not with the bayonet on there as well.
Man behind the judge's rail!
Tomb guard salary. The burning question on everyone's minds, how much do these elite soldiers get paid? Soldiers in the old guard are paid the same as any other service member of the same rank and time and grade, and are also entitled to compensation for extraordinary expenses and additional dress uniforms. The thing is, the Sentinels do not display rank insignia. This is done so as not to outrank the buried unknown soldier, whatever their rank may have been. However, sources point to an average salary of about $43,800 per year for this elite role.
See, I wouldn't have an idea if that's a good salary or
Yeah.
not. It's like weird because in Europe, here in Slovakia, that's an amazing salary. To be honest with you, isn't
Yes.
it? Like 43,000 is like poof,
Yeah.
in euros. But I don't know how that is over there. I don't know how that like translates.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible because like it must get hot there as well, you know.
Yeah.
So and in that heat, they walk
And the
up
cold.
and down, and in cold, like in that uniform, it's incredible, isn't it?
But don't hold your
that
breath.
in the
These
rain.
soldiers are all there because they consider it a sacred honor to have the opportunity to guard the unknowns. Disrespecting a tomb guard. Visitors to the tomb of the unknown soldier are warned to exercise the utmost respect during particular ceremonies. They are required to stay behind the fenced-off viewing area and to remain standing and silent for the duration. If anyone tries to approach the tomb or is too loud and disruptive, the sentinel will interrupt the ceremony and give a single verbal warning while moving his rifle to the ready position.
It is requested that everyone maintain an atmosphere of silence and respect at all times.
If that person continues to breach the tomb or be
I'm one of those. If I was in the crowd and someone was being disrespectful, that's when I start to get like edgy with them as well. I hate that sort of thing. I remember going into London when I first moved there to go see the Queen's Guards and that, and you always get some idiot who does something to the horse and that, and I had to walk away because I was getting frustrated.
disruptive, the tomb guard is authorized and expected to use lethal force.
Expected.
Get behind the rail!
This can be anything from laughing or talking loudly during parts that demand silence, crossing the chain boundary near the tomb, or acting inappropriately. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is a place where tourists, Karens, and inconsiderates are taught a thing or two about respect.
It is requested that all visitors remain behind the chains and rails at all times. Behind the chains and rails.
Where do sentinels live? Guards of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier have a few accommodation choices available after their shift. While most of the sentinels live in adjacent barracks at Fort Myers, for those that have 24-hour shifts, they can retreat to a secret hidden quarters buried under the steps of the tomb's amphitheater. When they're not sleeping or on active duty,
Sorry if you can hear vibration. Kat's phone was ringing again.
Oh, was it? I didn't
Naughty,
even-
naughty.
I didn't even hear.
sentinels use the space for study and training. Their day begins at 5 a.m. with arrival at the Tomb Quarters 1 for duty. The tomb guards will inspect the quarters, prepare their uniforms, review orders, and receive their duty assignments for the coming day. At 6:30 a.m., the tomb guards
smart,
inspect
eh?
the
Look how
trainees'
they're being
readiness and
inspected.
uniforms. If a trainee meets relevant standards, the tomb guards may allow them to walk the first morning guard change known as a bolo at 7 a.m. The evening bolo will be the final change and walk of the day. Between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., when the public is allowed access to the memorial, tomb guards will perform several ceremonies including walking the mat, changing of the guard, and various wreath-laying ceremonies. Why?
When we go over, I'd like to actually go see something
Yeah.
like this. I think it'd be really awesome.
Yeah.
When we were driving over here, we drove past the Somme in France, remember? And I wanted to have a look, but it was pitch black because we drove
Yeah.
through the night. And I wanted to stop, not to have a look as like a looky-loo, but like because I've mentioned before, I'm big into like history of World War One and Two, and I know the Somme was brutal.
Why tomb guards are so elite. The Old Guard is essentially ceremonial special forces, and despite their seemingly repetitive and easy job, they represent the very best of the best the Army can offer. It's so elite that less than 20% of all volunteers are accepted for training, and of those, only a fraction pass training to become fully fledged tomb guards. Special number 21. You see the number 21 repeated a lot in the military, and for the tomb guards, this is especially true.
21?
During the walking of the mat, sentinels take 21 steps before turning to face the tomb for 21 seconds. After changing the shoulder of their weapon and turning to face down the mat, the guard pauses for another 21 seconds before again marching for 21
That's
steps.
amazing.
The sentinel then repeats this over and over until the guard change ceremony begins.
That's amazing.
21 is seen as the highest honor awarded to military personnel. The 21-gun salute is used to respect high-ranking military officers, presidents, and members of a royal family. Furthermore, the first ever unknown soldier was buried on the 11th of November 1921. The unknown American soldier's remains were exhumed from a cemetery in France and repatriated to the U.S., where it was laid to rest below a 3-level marble tomb. Tomb Guard Training Secrets. To become a tomb guard or sentinel, a soldier must be highly motivated, disciplined, and possess a strong military bearing and soldierly appearance. An application must be made through the sergeant of the Old Guard, and if successful, the soldier is assigned to the tomb for an initial 2-week training period. The training cycle is intense, consisting of a series of 5 grueling tests over 6 to 12 months. These tests focus on ceremonial performance, uniform preparation, and knowledge. At the end of the training cycle,
That's a smell I remember is shoe polish.
Shoe polish.
Because one, my dad's boots were always polished, even his work, because like he was in the army, but he also he worked as well, so his work boots were polished. And then our school shoes had to be polished. You have to, like, if your school shoes were dirty, you're in trouble. So what we used to do, we used to like take a piece of stocking, ladies' pantyhose is it called, or stocking, ball it up and keep it in our pocket so we could buff our shoes. So that smell of shoe polish, whenever I smell that, when we were cleaning downstairs and I found that tin, it just brings back memory.
Yeah, it's
These are
just crazy, like how much they have to do.
It's
like,
awesome. It's so respectful to those
Yes.
men and women who are buried there.
expected to be able to flawlessly conduct 7 different types of ceremonies, meet the highest standards of uniform preparation, and recite 35 whole pages of information without error. If a trainee fails any test at any point, they are assigned back to their company. If a trainee is among the tiny number of successful applicants each year, they are awarded the Tomb Guard Identification Badge, and will from then on be referred to as a Tomb Guard or badge holder by their fellow sentinels. Just to illustrate how prestigious this title is, only around 700 Tomb Guard Identification Badges or TGIBs have been issued since the 1950s at a rate of about 10 per year.
It's mental.
What's your opinion on the Tomb Guards? Let us know in the comments.
I think it's freaking awesome, to be honest with you. I love that sort of thing. Not for what it is. Like, obviously, it's a somber and sad place, but for the respect that's shown, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's
I
awesome.
was just thinking, it was just in my head. So, does he count always 21 seconds when he turns and waits?
21 steps, 21 seconds. Like, it's
Like,
crazy.
do they always count? Like,
I think I don't know if you'd need to count if you did it so many times,
or is
if
it
you.
just, or it does come automatically? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know these, but like you said, they're so elite. They must. Maybe it just comes like after you've done it for a year or two. Maybe you're just like, okay.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah, you should read that
Very
book
interesting.
that Who's Your Daddy sent me. It's an amazing book too.
Oh yeah, I've got actually a few books that I want to read.
Yeah.
When
we've got time.
I need to start with yours.
It's time though. Like it's crazy at
Yeah.
the moment.
Maybe when the winter comes.
That's the best time for reading, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Like I say, Amanda, we will definitely do your video either tomorrow or Friday, and I would really like to go live before the kids go back to school
Yeah.
as well. I know Garen doesn't have a game this weekend, so we'll try and do something this weekend as well, because I miss going, I miss the
Yeah,
chat.
live
It's
is
great fun.
good.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you when.
Next video.
Bye.
Bye.